When did they start making barrels of any other kind but bourbon barrels?
And why?
Sure, who doesn't love bourbon barrel-aged beers, but we ponder just what other types of barrel-aged beer can we drum up?
Well, I found one, Jason, and it's packing some serious power. Horsepower, that is. That and a flavor of oak that is often masked by bourbon barrel beers.
My beer might just have you wearing an eye patch and singing sea shanties while you roll around in your crusty old rowboat. Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho!
Yo-ho! It's velvety smooth. It's a rippling, muscular stud. No, I'm not talking about cameraman Chad. I'm talking about Velvet Stud from Brewery Vivant. They weren't horsing around when they brewed up this pretty pony because inside you'll find toasted, nutty, peaty malt dominating the flavor profile while still featuring hints of oak and caramel. But worry not, this brew won't put you out to pasture. Oh no, you'll find this mighty Mustang has a tender side, drinking lighter and more mild than your typically heavier and more filling stouts. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but this comes straight from the horse's mouth, so you know it's good.
I definitely get coffee, like coffee notes and chocolate right off the base here. A little bit, tiny bit of bitterness, but it's blended really well. I don't know, I enjoy it. I mean,
yeah, it definitely has a bit of a darker, stouty, creamy profile. It's very thick, thick in the mouth.
I think that like you can kind of taste what the oak kind of gives it at the beginning, but a nice
but it disappears when you drink it.
Nice overall package. Well, let's score it. We'll board it. We'll come back with my beer. Yo ho ho! And a bottle of Founder's Rum Barrel Aged Imperial IPA Barrel Runner. Prepare to set sail for sweet and hoppy seas with this potent potion that's so strong you'll grow a set of sea legs in a single sip. The waters contained within are rich and bright, doing no part to the presence of mosaic hops that will hoist your sails and swab your deck like never before. I'm not saying it'll cure scurvy, but I can say it won't give you scurvy. And in my book, that's a win. So prepare yourself for a voyage like none other when you board the Founder's Barrel Runner.
Well, right off the bat, you can smell the rum, but it's a pleasant smelling rum. It's not like rum the day after a party where it just smells all stale and gross. It actually smells quite tropical.
Yeah, it's quite prevalent too in the taste.
Mm-hmm. And you probably saw in the little shots before this, but it had a nice thick head as well.
Yeah, it's good. Pours really nicely. It has a good color.
Well, let's find out if this walks the plank or flies the Jolly Roger, and we'll talk about our thoughts.
As we can see, Velvet Stud falls in at number 6, and we have a new number 1 Barrel Runner. Lucas, we had 2 beers make the beer board. Let's talk about them. Let's go with Velvet Stud first.
I liked, it was creamy, it was flavorful.
Was creamy?
I didn't pull a ton of oak, but as stouts go, it was quite tasty, had a good mouthfeel, and I can appreciate that about a stout.
Yeah, I think the oak, I haven't had too many oak aged beers, but I feel like that probably just adjusted the profile a little bit. I mean, it had creaminess to it, but it had that chocolate, it had the bitter on the end. It was like a very solid dark beer that I enjoyed.
I always wonder what oak aging does not only to the flavor, but also to the other characteristics of a beer, like mouthfeel and appearance. So who's to say? Who's to say we don't get it without being barrel aged?
That's right. Well, let's talk about our next beer, Barrel Runner.
Oh, Barrel Runner.
I think we have, is that true? Do my eyes deceive me? We have a new number 1. Barrel Runner is now number 1 on the beer board. I can't believe it. How did this happen? I think, let me be bold here, but I think it's because it's just a unique beer compared to everything else we've had. We haven't had anything else with rum in it. So it's just a very distinct flavor that you don't see amongst anything else that we've had on the show.
Right, and if you tell somebody, hey, this is a rum-aged beer, they're gonna look at you weird. But if you tell them it's a rum-aged IPA, they're gonna think you're crazy. And I think the novelty of that, even though it is novel, even though it is a good beer, it kind of all combines to make it such a delightful surprise that it ended up at number 1 on our beer board.
Yeah, the rum is great flavor. It's got this tropical taste. You have your IPA characteristics. It's good. It was good beer.
It was a good beer.
Because it's number 1. Also, I win. Two beers walked the plank, but only one was able to raise the Jolly Roger. Lucas, these beers really bent us over a barrel this week, so let's put a plug in this bunghole and bring this episode to a close. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, just search Battle of the Beer, and hey, we're on Twitter as well, it's BOTB_show.
And be sure to click that little bell icon so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video so that you can join us next time for another Battle of the Beer.